It is time to get raw. It is time to get down. It is time for the RAWDOWN, the number one source for all things WWE, right here at the Turnbuckle Tavern. I am your host, Young Anthony of the Independent Epicenter, and I'm joined with my two co-hosts, the man to my right, the only man in history to be undefeated in the AEW locker room, J-Bone of Coming Down the Aisle, and the man to my left, the man who will be defending his RAWDOWN Predictions Championship, and the man who, per sources, got beat down in the NXT parking lot the other day.
Got
the
that,
MVP,
pal.
Marco.
Whoa, what the hell?
I couldn't think of anything else for you.
It's time. It's time. It's J-Bone time.
You're Vader tonight, I see.
I'm a big fan of J-Bone tonight.
Big
I feel
fan
no
of
man.
J-Bone.
I feel no pain. Stinger. Stinger.
Oh my god.
Fellas, how we doing on this fine evening? I feel like it's been weeks since we've done an episode. That's what Thursday has done to me. This Thursday
It's
changed.
been 1 week. It's been 1 week, actually.
Yeah, it seems like it's always forever when we do these shows. So like you said, it's like almost like seems like a month. We haven't done a RAWDOWN episode. It's so weird.
It's wild. It's been a wild month. Wild month.
Oh yeah.
It has. But change is always good. And
Yes.
with that, change in the hands of the RAWDOWN Championship is good. Because
It's
we
coming, baby.
are going to be jumping right in to our predictions for this
go.
weekend's Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules crept up on us
Yes.
like crazy. I didn't even know it was this week. I thought it was next week.
Wasn't
But here we
expecting
are.
it. I thought it
Here
was
we
next
are.
week. I thought it was next week too. So
We're live, pal, in
We're
Philadelphia.
live, pal. Here we are. It is this Saturday. We have 6 matches to predict, and we have some other little topics that we're going to be discussing in between. But as we do here, we're just going to jump right into these predictions. And I want to start off with a match that I feel is one of the more underrated kind of interactions we've seen throughout the last few weeks, now going on months, and that is the 6-man tag team match that we will be seeing in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. It is the Brawling Brutes of Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch going up against Imperium of Gunther, Ludwig Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci. Now, it has been a few weeks now. It's been roughly a month since we've seen the return of Imperium. I'll start with you, Marco. How do you feel that they've went about the change of Imperium, bringing in used to be Fabian Aichner, now Giovanni Vinci? How do you think that they've handled them so far?
I think they've handled them pretty good. I am glad that they I know a lot of people are upset that they took Giovanni off of NXT and because he had that gimmick, but I felt that gimmick was way too close to Cesaro for me anyway. I felt like it had kind of Cesaro's kind of like DNA all over it, like it was like a blueprint type of character. So I'm kind of glad they took him off and put him over on back in Imperium because obviously we didn't know that Gunther was going to have this feud with Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes and stuff. So, but I'm actually glad that they actually got to get those guys together, and it feels like obviously they're missing a member, but it does feel like Imperium. It does feel like they do the same thing they've done in NXT UK and in NXT. They just come out and attack people. Essentially, they really don't cut promos. They're all fighting. So I think they're handling them pretty well.
And on top of that, I think they're handling both Imperium and the Brawling Brutes pretty well, and they've been giving them a lot of TV time, especially even on NXT. We saw Brawling Brutes challenge for the NXT tag team titles, which was pretty random. I will say, but it kind of adds to the story. Imperium and the Brawling Brutes both came up from NXT,
really good.
So
it was an awesome match too.
Right, exactly.
Definitely go out of your way to watch it.
And J-Bone, I'll go to you on this one. How has this recent run of Sheamus changed your perception on him? Like, did you ever for me personally, I was never of the belief that Sheamus was one of the top guys in the company. Like looking back on his career, like he's always been a very consistent member of the roster, and kind of came to appreciate his work the more that I look back on it. But like, how much has this recent run taken into consideration? Not just the stuff with Gunther, but like even dating back to like his U.S. Championship reign. How has this kind of resurgence helped his perception in your mind?
Well, he's no longer a shameful thing, lobster head.
He's still a lobster head, I would say. But
no, I mean, it's been fine. Like, I mean, I think the resurgence is, I guess his stock has rose for me just, more recently, mainly when they went to the original good old fashioned Donnybrook match back in July.
Yeah,
with that's good. That's when the good old fashioned started. It wasn't just a Donnybrook match; it was a good old fashioned Donnybrook match.
I remember joking about that. Like, what? Why is it good old fashioned?
Good old fashioned, man. So it sounds like something Bray Wyatt was. It's good old fashioned, man.
It's good old fashioned, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's been good. I mean, I've never really been a Sheamus guy, and I guess that kind of. It's kind of the way he started his WWE career. I mean, he just kind of out of nowhere won the WWE title. We didn't know who this guy was, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't really help that he lost to Triple H at WrestleMania that year either. So, he kind of got the push down the card. But I don't know. I mean, he had a good, decent run in 2012. After that, meh. I've never been a big Sheamus guy, so
he's always just been pretty reliable, I would say.
Right, good hand, and I mean, then this run has been pretty good. I think he definitely changed his character. I do like the pairing with him and Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland. I'm glad they like really stuck that out. So I like the Brawling Brutes a lot. So
yep,
it's good.
Yep,
I like how they changed the narrative of like the Brawling Brutes. Like at first everyone was like, why would they put Sheamus with like Ridge Holland? There were a lot of negative perceptions on Ridge Holland, especially because, the freak injury to Big E.
Shit happens.
Yeah. I mean, that definitely
cut the guy some slack. I mean, gee whiz. I mean, it's literally, it's not ballet. He did the right thing. He went and apologized to Big E, Big E, they're fine. There's no reason
we moved on from that.
Right.
And, between that and also, of course, Butch. I like that they've finally been able to kind of move away from that. And it feels like, Butch, Ridge Holland, like, they're a well-oiled machine now. Like everything is working for them. And I think the babyface turn helped them out a lot. Finally kind of giving them that edge that they needed. So
that is one thing that I do appreciate, that they didn't like just be like, okay, no, they're bad guys. Let's keep the bad guys and ignore the fans. They saw the trend going to favorably for on the positive side, babyface side, and they pushed the babyface. So
yep. With that being said, my predictions. I'll start us off on this one.
Baby.
And I'm gonna go with. Well, I should say, I do think tomorrow on the season premiere of SmackDown, Gunther will be retaining his IC title. I should say that. And I think that'll factor into the fact that I think Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes are going to go over this weekend. You can't have the Imperium win every single match. You need at least some balance to keep Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes seem like a threat. They lost their NXT tag title match. They lost the original 6-man tag. So I would give it to the Brawling Brutes. It suits them for the gimmick of the match. So, yeah, I'll give it to them. Marco, what about you?
Yeah, echo the same sentiments. Definitely where, they have the Brawling Brutes as, they're on fire right now as far as like, momentum and getting those pops when they walk out. So definitely, I definitely think they're going over on Saturday. No doubt in my mind. I mean, the Imperium doesn't have to win the six-man tag. I mean, it's not going to kill them at all. It's going to continue the feud. probably well into maybe like Crown Jewel or something like that, and maybe set up something for Survivor Series. Maybe they'll, have a kind of Survivor Series type match or something, another 6-man or something, or elimination type. Who knows? But yeah,
what are the chances we could see them in the War Games match? What do you think?
That's a possibility as well. I mean, we're always gunning for the Bloodline versus whoever. Insert super team here, as they like to say. But yeah, I mean, it could be Imperium versus the Brawling Brutes at War Games. That could be one of the War Games matches. Yeah, I mean,
well, think of it this way: if anything, this is kind of they have built up this feud enough to the point where everyone always says, oh, they do the Hell in a Cell matches and it means nothing because it always just happens in October or whatever. This is at the point where they've built up a 6-man tag storyline to the point where a blow-off match in War Games could suit them pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know if it kind of fits with the whole 4v4, 5v5 thing because there's only 3-on-3, but something to consider. J-Bone, what's your prediction?
So I agree. I think that the fact that it's a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match and not just a Donnybrook match. That
adds
not to be confused with a standard Donnybrook.
Yeah. Had that not been in play, this is actually what would be my pick, but it's not. I kind of what I was like leaning to, earlier in the week, Sheamus winning the IC title.
Wow.
And then going opposite. But once I realized, wait, hold on, it's not just a Donnybrook match; it's a good old fashioned Donnybrook match. That's their like you said, that's their gimmick match. You got to have the Brutes win. So
yeah,
I got the Brawling Brutes. Actually, we could do a bonus question on this one too.
Yep.
Who takes the fall?
Marco, you want to start that one?
So let me see. Who gets pinned? Let's see. I'm not sure if they're gonna go with like the whole Gunther's never been pinned type of thing, but I could see Sheamus pinning Gunther in that match.
Okay,
all
so
right.
Gunther.
That's a bold prediction.
Oh.
I'll play it safe. I'll go with Sheamus pinning Kaiser because they just brought up Vinci. They don't want to, immediately give him I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but Kaiser seems like the guy who would take the pin.
I'm going with Kaiser too. Kaiser takes the pin,
and Sheamus pins him.
Pins.
Okay, we're doing that too. Okay. I'm gonna go Butch.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Butch.
Yeah.
Whenever there's like a tag team in play, I always try to think of like who's the legal man after the tag team finish.
Yeah, I feel
like who would be the man to pin. But
for some reason, I feel like, I mean, obviously we have our picks in, but I feel like it's going to be, obviously Sheamus is going to lose. He's not going to win the IC title, but they'll give him some redemption in pinning Gunther on Saturday.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wonder if they're gonna. We were talking about the War Games. Maybe they can dig up Hitler and he can join Imperium.
Oh my God! What?
Jeez,
the words right out of my mouth.
The Axis of Evil, Jace, maybe.
Moving on.
Yeah, it's
we're live.
Speaking of Hitler, no, I'm joking.
All right, let's move on. We've got. Oh man, what should we go with next? Let's go with this one. Even though I don't even know what might be the main event, but considering this is the Extreme Rules match, this might be the main event. It's Liv Morgan defending her title against Ronda Rousey. Does the Extreme Rule stipulation make you care about this match more than the previous match that they had? J-Bone, start us off.
Not really. I mean, I think I've got a pretty good idea of what. I don't know if I should give my picks now, but this has been. I actually talked about this a little bit last week on my pod. the SmackDown women's division is in a probably the one area that needs some help right now.
Yeah.
And they didn't really do Liv a whole lot of favors, especially at SummerSlam with the kind of weird finish. Just pin Rhonda. Like, that's it. That's all you had to do. And it made things really convoluted, to be honest with you. And I do think that it seems like Rhonda's in a better headspace right now. It seems like she's kind of enjoying hers a little bit better, enjoying the program a little bit more. But as far as it like being different than anything else, honestly, no, I don't care. Right. This is one match. Honestly, we didn't need a stipulation, to be honest with you.
I will say they've done a better job in building up this match than the previous match that they had. Like, I think the benefit of this time around is that they gave Rhonda more of an edge to her. I think as long as you have Ronda Rousey she doesn't have to be full-blown heel, but she can't be full-on face. Like, there's no way that she can be, the smiling Ronda Rousey, slapping the fans' hands. Like, she can't do it. And the fact that they not only gave Ronda more of an edge with, fighting the security guards and, dominating that match to get the number one contenders match. Not only her, but also Liv, doing the table spot last week and, or was it 2 weeks ago? I don't even remember at this point. And, doing the brawl. They're putting more oomph into this match, but I just don't feel like it's enough to really grab me. Marco, what are you thinking? And I guess you can start off with your prediction, Marco, once you're done.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this on the Chick FOLEY show last night. That's out today, actually. Go listen. We talk extensively about this, but yeah, same sentiments. I mean, it's not really it doesn't grab you at all. I mean, I think Liv as a champion is probably to blame for that. For this match not that she's the whole blame, but like just for me, an Extreme Rules match means you have two badass individuals that need to settle their differences essentially. Where not that Liv isn't badass, but she's not as badass as Ronda Rousey, the person that's going to be standing across from her. So it doesn't grab me in that sense. I think it helps the match having it be an Extreme Rules match. I think they can now they don't have to rely on wrestling. Actually, they can get gimmicks involved, weapons, ladders, chairs, all that stuff to keep it entertaining. And with that being said, I'm probably going to be. I mean, I won't say this. I'm going to say it. Liv's going to retain. I think she's retaining. Okay. I don't think she's not the Extreme Rules, the actual like the event itself doesn't seem like it's a place where Ronda Rousey should retain or win a title. It just seems kind of almost like a throwaway type of show. It's much like Crown. It might be Crown Jewel. She might have a match at Crown Jewel and beat her there or something like that. They made it like their last match or whatever. But who knows? But yeah, I'm thinking since it's a gimmick match, I'm thinking this gives it a way for Liv to retain somehow. By getting extreme.
They're getting extreme.
You want to get extreme in my ring?
That's such a 90s term. Extreme!
My Extreme Rules. Not yours.
They're my rules. I define how extreme the rules are.
All right. I don't know how I slipped Roman into the.
We're gonna get some more. I'm excited for when we talk about this next topic in a few minutes because we get the return of another Marco impression, but we'll get there in a bit. J-Bone, what's your prediction for this match?
Well, my head or my feeling is that
go with your heart. Always go with your heart.
No, you go with your head. Actually,
go with your heart.
My feeling is that they need to take the title off of Liv.
Yep.
But that's not what my head's saying. My head is saying that you gotta keep the title on Liv, and mainly because I smell something. I smell collusion. I smell real bad. Much like Matt Cardona likes to say. I think you're gonna see either Shayna or Charlotte, one of the two, returning, and they're gonna disrupt this match for Rhonda. It's not gonna do Liv any favors because then people are like, "Oh my God, she got away with again with the schmodge finish here, dusty finish." But I don't think it's gonna be time, mainly because of another match on the card. Is what I'm thinking. Based on that, I think Liv retains.
All right. This is probably one of the more tough matches to predict. Honestly, this card's got a few of them that are pretty difficult to predict. But this is surely one of them. I feel like this depends a lot on the placement on the card because I think regardless, because honestly, if it's the main event, then it's going to need a reason to be the main event, which leads me to think that a certain Charlotte is going to.
I don't think it's going to be the main event.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
You don't think so?
I think the ladder match is going to be the main event.
No, I think Fight Pit is going to be the main event.
You think the Fight Pit? See, I'm thinking ladder match because it's the first time the women's.
Well, that could be a bonus question that we can get to at the end. But
there you
go. I'm going to say I'll be different. I'm going to say Rhonda's going to win.
Here we go. Anthony's losing.
Thank you.
He might win. Who knows? It might.
I think it isn't the right time to do it, but I just don't think you do another Rhonda match to have her. Fuck. This is tough.
Oh my God.
No, this is a tough one because
you already picked it. You already made your pick.
All right,
it's sealed, pal.
I'll go with Rhonda. I'll go with Rhonda.
But here's the thing. So I think I know what you're gonna get at. But you can say it anyway. Say what your reasoning was.
My reasoning for Rhonda. I mean, I think having the belt on Rhonda is a step in the right direction for the women's division because there's more contenders to go up against Rhonda right now than there are to go up against Liv.
I have to disagree, actually. I think that the overall, when you look at Raw landscape in the women's division, it's way more stacked, just on both sides of the fence.
No, you're right. And
I think the biggest issue is they don't have any competitors, really.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, it's not that the title needs to be on Rhonda. They need some
more competition.
No, that's the case for both of them. But I'm saying if I'm looking at the roster right now, like you have Shotzi, who just turned face. She brought the tank back. That's a challenger for Rhonda. You have Raquel Rodriguez, who they really didn't tap into that feud that they can still go with because she's one of Triple H's favorites. That's really it right now. But you have Charlotte coming back, which I'm sure they could do the rematch for. I don't think Sasha and Naomi are coming back at this point. I'm kind of souring on them. At this stage in the game. So I'm gonna go with Rhonda because I think with the roster that they have right now, if you want at least some star power in the women's SmackDown women's matches, you need Rhonda in those pay-per-view matches.
Yeah.
Because like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have Liv versus Shotzi or Liv versus Aaliyah? Like, we barely care about this match, let alone what we could see as Liv as champion. And I'm sure she'll win it back eventually. But I don't know. I don't think right now is the time.
Yeah.
So I'll give it to Rhonda.
Here's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking like I'm not sure if they actually said this or even alluded to this, but I think the storyline with Liv is what they're trying. Maybe this might be in my own head, but I think what they're trying to do is make it look like she barely won like the actual title the first time around, even when she almost lost when she cashed it in, right? And I think the storyline is her barely holding on to it. That's so she's gonna
kind of weak.
Yeah, isn't. I mean, that's not a good story. It is the story, but
I think that's what they're doing, but they're not like outright saying it.
Well, how far could you go with that? You know what I mean?
You can't. That's what I'm saying.
I guess, yeah.
Shit's weak.
You could be creative enough to like figure out ways for her to retain it. You can kind of keep it going, I guess.
Jesus Christ! I think maybe we need a little work there.
But yeah, that's what I think they're trying to get across, because they keep on putting in these gimmick matches. Like they're gonna figure out a way for her to win, because it's an Extreme Rules match. She doesn't technically have to out wrestle Rhonda. She just has to immobilize her. Yeah, kill her pretty much.
Yeah, I guess so.
Trap her somehow, do something.
I would like to see Liv win clean in this match. I don't think it's going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen.
No.
But should we do any bonus questions for this match? I feel like we could do Charlotte returning.
Any blood?
How many weapons?
Yeah, let's do how many weapons.
Blood.
I'm not doing blood.
Blood or a scratch on Brock's back.
A scratch. How about a scratch?
How about a scratch?
Do they get scratched?
In this match?
Is there any
a scratch in the match?
Busted mouth?
I think that could happen. That's a possibility.
Weapons. Let's go with weapons. Okay. Over and under 6 weapons.
I'll go.
Now let me clarify this here.
Okay.
This is 6 different weapons.
Okay.
But this also means if they use 6 chairs, that's 6 chairs. Okay. Right?
But that's not 6 weapons, right?
No, there's 6 different chairs.
Okay.
So
unless you disagree.
So it needs to be 6 items,
6
not
items.
6 different items.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say under 6 then.
Under?
Yes. It'll probably be 4 or 5.
Okay. What you got, Marco?
I'm gonna go 6. I'm gonna go at 6.
At 6.
6. I'm gonna go 6 even.
You go even. All right.
Even.
Damn.
So I feel like, it's Rhonda. She's gonna have to use every single weapon she can.
I'm gonna go over 6.
Ooh, whoa!
We're all over the.
Wow, we're all over the. All right, okay.
Making it fun.
This is really going to be a deciding factor then.
All right,
I like it.
All right, that's going to be a good bonus question. That'll surely shake things up around here.
It's time to shake things up.
It's time to shake things up around here.
I love when we say the drop and then we find it right after. All right, let's this will be our last one until we take a break to talk about some other topics. But we got a strap match. The first time in a while that we've seen a strap match.
Strizzy.
The Strizap, as we see Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross with Scarlett in the Strizap match. I want to bring up the fact that this is another pay-per-view that we've seen that only, let me double check, only one re-signing, one person that Triple H has re-signed is on the card. Last year, it was Clash of the Cat. Last month, it was Clash of the Castle. Now this month, it's Karrion Kross. I don't know. I know we're gonna get you're overpraising Triple H for all these minor things, but I feel like in that regard, he's kind of doing a good job in not just filling the card with all of his guys. Like we easily could have gotten Gargano versus Theory on the card.
Yeah,
we could have gotten Braun Strowman versus American Alpha, or Alpha Academy, whatever. Hit Row could have been in a match, but that was timed. You had that ready.
We both said that the same exact time.
But yeah, we're only getting one guy here. So
I like it.
J-Bone, what are your thoughts on that? How do you think Triple H is handling placing these people on the card?
I like it, yeah, because like you said, easily this is Vince. An Extreme Rules match would have been Braun Strowman versus Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
In a handicap match.
That's the stipulation.
So extreme, pal. A tornado handicap match.
We'll make movies.
A Sharknado handicap match. But I think this is perfectly, you're right. I didn't even realize that until you brought that up. So very astute observation, young Anthony. I'll give you that one. But
very fond of the astute. I had a stroke saying that. Continue.
That's okay. It's fine.
There goes
there goes your adulation. Can you say
Here's
that?
my
word?
compliment. Just throw it out the window. Continue.
Take back that adulation, pal. I think Hunter Hearst Helmsley is doing really well. I think this whole card is booked well, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The weakest match is the Liv Rhonda match, but it's doing a good job of like continuing storylines, moving along, even from the Vince era, right?
Yeah.
So still pushing along, but making it his own, and not being overly pushy with what his clear expectations are.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
Very good point. Marco, we'll kind of touch base on this story. I think this is another example of kind of that long-term storytelling that we've seen as of late. It hasn't just been like a month's worth of booking. Like this all started before Clash at the Castle when they introduced Karrion Kross. Like he immediately went for Drew McIntyre. That story started in the midst of the Roman and Drew angle. And now we've seen this twice where the Roman versus Drew feud started before SummerSlam, and now we see Drew versus Kross starting before Clash at the Castle. So you're really getting like merging storylines here. Like we're talking about like merging segments, like having people walk in on segments and stuff. We're at a point where we're merging stories and, like timelines and all this shit. I think it's been pretty crazy, but what are your thoughts on how they booked the Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre story? I mean, I know we had the failed fireball little segment 2 weeks ago.
The no sell.
Yeah. But besides that, what are your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, I think it's been pretty good. Just overall, like you said, a lot of intersecting storylines. Like we seen this past Monday, we seen Dexter Lumis, Miz, and then a cameo from Johnny Gargano. Like even that kind of crossing paths. So who knows when like that's going to come into play with Johnny Gargano, where he has that history with Dexter Lumis when they had with the way and all that stuff, and they had that whole storyline with Theory, and so like it is kind of cool that like you're starting to see these storylines kind of like cross over each other, and you do need to set up kind of like the after storyline as well, because normally you'd only see like you'd see a feud, and then they'd have to pick up on a feud. Now what you're getting is you're getting that kind of like you're getting that person waiting in the wings, and then when that feud's over, now you can bring it back to that previous feud, because Karrion Kross didn't interrupt in the Roman match, right, at Clash at the Castle.
He was in the crowd, but he was really targeting Drew.
Yeah, he didn't jump in the ring and like
I think he threw like a drink at him or something.
Yeah, so like you have stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So it's not like if it was a Vince era, you'd probably see Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre on their like sixth match already, because they'd probably face each other 10 times on SmackDown since he returned, and then you'd get this strap match and all this
next week on SmackDown. Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross in a scarlet in a shark cage.
and again, like the suspense being built with obviously with like the Miz and Dexter Lumis. Like, but if Vince was in power, they would have had multiple matches already on Raw. Like they would have had like they would have had a match at the Miz's house at some point. That would have been a match. They would have had a match while he was in that hockey getup
They'd be doing like cinematic angles and stuff.
Yeah, they would have did so much stuff, but now you start to see actual storylines and actual stories being told. So and then we have that new writer too. I mean, I know a lot of people are mad about that, but
that's true. I didn't even put that in the show notes. We can talk
why are people
about
mad
that,
about that?
Because because people like to be mad. Don't you know that when news gets introduced to the wrestling community, you automatically have to shit on it, and then
you accept it.
That's
a good idea.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that is a good idea. Yeah, this guy's not only he's like an Emmy winner. He's he's written for Marvel movies. The MCU,
I don't really know the guy, so there you go. Like I kind of heard y'all talking about it during the week.
Even MJF shouted him out. I mean,
well, if that's the case,
you can't be the Hall of Fame. Something like you can't shit on a position that has never been filled before.
Exactly.
Head of long-term creative.
Long-term. So like people don't want long-term anymore. Apparently, they want to continue to hate.
Bullshit. He wrote for Disney and Marvel and Netflix. He's wrote for ruin my wrestling.
Yeah, he wrote for like
2 months.
He's a fucking writer, bro.
He's a writer. He wrote the storylines for like all the intersecting storylines that we're seeing now.
Could have been writing the last year and no one would have known.
Yeah,
fucking I could have been writing the last year and you wouldn't have known.
Well, he just got hired, but like the point is like, who cares? Like, do you think they do the same thing if AEW hired a writer? Like
that's a good idea actually.
No, they should. They actually should get a Hollywood writer.
I really like Marvel.
I think long term is very important for the
Marvel. Have you ever watched?
I think this will actually help Cody Rhodes coming back to AEW because he's going to focus on the long term storyline.
Yeah, does that one? Yeah,
Cody Rhodes return confirmed.
Anyways, back to Drew and Karrion. If Vince was booking this Extreme Rules, he would absolutely book this as another one of those the horror show at Extreme Rules, and it would have been perfect. You had Miz versus Dexter, which writes itself.
Yep, that would have been a part of
Drew versus Karrion in a fireball match.
Yep.
What else could you do? You could do Ray versus Dom in an eye for an eye. It writes itself.
Yep.
But alas,
you would have had like it would have been like Seth Rollins and Riddle in a pit of horror match or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But
and this is
zombie
where
lumberjacks
Bray comes back, and he does a cinematic little thing. We get
let's put some lumberjacks out there. Let's make some zombies.
Some zombie lumberjacks. God damn it!
Liv versus Rhonda in a swamp pit match. J-Bone, who do you have winning Drew versus Karrion?
Yeah, we get draw picks. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Karrion on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Karrion. Yeah, he's got to come back and can't lose in his first match. Come on.
Yeah. I'll also go with Karrion. Although this is going to be another loss for Drew, he's at the point where
it's fine.
Like he's it's not like he's at that main event level where like he needs to be getting wins. Like he's at that point where he's just floating around the upper mid card where like he has the status where he could take losses, take wins, and he'll be fine. So I'll also give it to Karrion. To just
and it's a gimmick match too. It's
a gimmick match. He doesn't have to be pinned. Marco.
I'm definitely going with Karrion. I made this prediction last night, and we kind of joked that the strap might be his old gear.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
It made it to a strap. That'd be pretty hilarious.
Well, if it's red, then we'll know.
Yeah, man.
So we're all agreeing with Karrion for this one. So nice little round of predictions there. But now it is time to take a break away from the Extreme Rules talk because we actually got news today of a big change coming to WWE very soon, as of tomorrow. So let's get inside. Well, actually, let's get outside.
Outside the ropes.
Just go outside the ropes, but inside the commentary table.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look at you. You're getting better at these transitions.
Look at this.
What a great guy I am.
What a great guy.
Great.
Let's get into it. We have, this fucking confirms my prediction. all the news for WWE happens on Thursdays.
Thursdays.
Yep.
It always
It's the end of the week.
Always on when we were doing Wednesday shows. We
Yeah.
always missed the big stories, and we had to wait a week for them. Here we are on Thursday, getting another big piece of news.
It's why I pushed my recording to Thursday nights, actually. It used to record on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So,
Well, here it is. We have some changes coming to the commentary team. Now, we know that we're getting the season premiere of both Raw and SmackDown on our next few shows. And with that is going to come some apparent minor changes, as reported by WrestleVotes, which is a very reliable source for the WWE on Twitter. But he also mentioned that we were going to get some commentary changes.
Mm-hmm.
That was until Sean Ross Sapp posted those changes, and they're pretty surprising. But let's get into it. We'll start off here. I'll just list all these changes here. We have Raw in one of the biggest swaps here. Jimmy Smith is no longer the voice of Monday Night Raw. He is replaced by Kevin Patrick, once backstage interviewer Kevin Patrick, with his color commentator Corey Graves. We also have, I believe that's I don't is that Sarah Schreiber?
Yes.
Oh no, sorry, that was wow.
No, yeah. Returning.
Returning.
That's
That's
I have
right.
the live button on her face. I didn't realize that Kathy Kelly is
Yeah.
back on Raw.
Returning.
I want to break down the Kathy Kelly return in a moment. I don't know how I messed that one up, but Mike Rome still doing in-ring announcing. I think all the in-ring announcers stayed the same. But in another big surprise, another backstage interview switch up, Byron Saxton has been pushed backstage. No longer will he be told to shut up by Corey Graves, thank God. He is now backstage, and I've got a bit of a hot take on that one, so we'll get to it in a second. Let's go to SmackDown, as we have Michael Cole still as the voice of SmackDown, and I'm afraid I've got some bad news. We got some good news. Wade Barrett is now the color commentator for SmackDown. I thought it was going to be Nigel McGuinness, but Wade Barrett, I'll take it. And then I believe the rest of this stays the same. We have Kayla Braxton, Megan Morant, both as your SmackDown backstage interviewers, and Samantha Irwin is your in-ring announcer. And finally, NXT. Of course, Mackenzie Mitchell, Alicia Taylor both stay in their spots. Vic Joseph also stays in his main announcer spot. But boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
Booker is back. Jesus.
Oh, man.
What do we want to talk about first?
Is Sarah Schreiber gone?
I think so. Damn. I never liked Sarah Schreiber, and I'll tell you why. When they were doing the WrestleMania, remember when there was the rain delay?
Yes.
And they were doing all like the backstage interviews? She was an absolute deer in headlights when that was happening.
We're live, pal.
So on the fly, and she was just not keeping up. I was like, after that point, I was like, Sarah.
She had no
Sarah.
She had no improv skills.
No, and I think that was Kevin Patrick had just debuted at that point, and he was doing pretty well.
What a pro!
Huh. All right,
Kevin Patrick, he's so hot right now.
Let me start this one off because we got a little discourse in the group chat, and I wanted to save my opinions until we got on the air. So much hate on Kevin Patrick for no reason. There is no reason for anyone to be hating on Kevin Patrick.
Yeah, I agree.
He is, well, first of all, he's been doing color commentary on Main Event for the last few months.
Yeah,
I watch Main Event every now and then because sometimes they throw in a good match.
Sometimes you're bored.
Sometimes you're bored and you want to watch a Cedric Alexander match, you know? But alas, he's very good on commentary. No one watches Main Event to know that, but, you know, I think people just don't like him because, he's Irish, He has the accent. We're gonna have to listen to an Irishman talk. This is ridiculous. You've seen what? Maybe like 3 interviews from Kevin Patrick, and you're gonna say, "Oh, he's a horrible addition to the broadcast booth." Give me Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith. Let me tell you about Jimmy Smith. This man came in to WWE, immediately admitted that he did not know much of anything about what was going on, and he only watched like the 80s and the 90s. And then he came in, and yes, he learned the ropes, but he was another one of just those cookie cutter, like, oh my God, like, let's get on with this voices that I hated watching Raw because I had to listen to Jimmy Smith, Corey Graves, and Byron Saxon on the commentary booth. Kevin Patrick is a much needed change. He knows what he's doing. He's very good. He was very good in his backstage interview role. He'll be very good in his commentary role. And that's all I have to say about Kevin Patrick. Because it got me hot seeing all this.
I think it was just because, and look, I agree. It's like give KP a chance, But I think for people, I don't think it's necessarily the voice. I think he's just like, looks like there's nothing special about him,
People haven't given him a chance.
He's just
the next coming of fucking Gorilla Monsoon.
No, I mean, you're right. But he just looks like create announcer 2.1.
No,
he's pretty generic. He
does have
looking.
a very generic look, but
and that's why. But here's the thing: to counter that as well, guess what? You're not going to be seeing him. You're just going to be hearing his
exactly.
Voice.
Yeah. I think people are just upset that he's in that group chat. He's probably that. I mean, he's a better looking. He's a good looking guy. I mean, I think people are just jealous of how good looking he is.
That guy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think it really is. Everyone that said things negative were just jealous of his looks, pretty much. I mean, get over it.
He's got legs, and he knows how to use them.
The other thing too is he's really good on the pre-shows as well. If you ever watch the pre-shows before,
he is pretty good actually.
The events, he's actually they put him on the panel for a reason. He's good. So.
And they even gave him the Mean Gene spot for a few times on Raw when they gave him that little podium.
Sorry, he's not Excalibur.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll take Kevin Patrick over the AEW commentary any day of the week.
I like Excalibur, but like you said, I mean,
not a fan.
Give the guy a chance.
This Friday on Rampage, the Varsity Bonds go up against.
Friday.
Oh, Sammy Guevara. Oh my God, look what he did.
Excalibur knows his stuff.
Gravedigger this Friday.
Sunday. And Corey Graves is Corey Graves. Why is he? Also, I should address Michael Cole.
You don't
and
like
Corey Graves will be doing. Say that again, J-Bone.
You don't like Corey Graves?
You don't like Edge? You don't like Edge? I don't like Corey Graves.
What's wrong with Graves, man?
He is. My thing with Graves is that not that even he's a tryhard. He doesn't pick if he wants to be a face or if he wants to be a heel. And he could be a great heel. But then, like, he's praising the baby faces, and then all of a sudden he's like, praising the heels. Like, just pick a side. If you want to be a heel, I'll get into it. But, like, you're doing both.
Well, Wade Barrett does the same thing, or whatever, stupid, whatever he goes.
No, but Wade Barrett on NXT.
No, he's more heel. He's a heel.
Way more heel.
He's a heel commentator on NXT.
Speaking of which, those three episodes of NXT that I watched back in April. He sounded like he's wishing watching me.
Oh man, let's get into Wade Barrett a little bit because he was our pick when Pat McAfee had left. And also, I should say Michael Cole and Corey Graves will be doing the events, pay-per-views and stuff, and Pat McAfee will be coming back to SmackDown after his college football stuff. Which makes me think that Wade Barrett is only going to be around on SmackDown for a little bit, and then he'll be brought back to NXT, which is whatever. Maybe we get a good connection with Wade and Michael, and they kind of stick around.
Why would they make this huge announcement then?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a few months. It's college football.
Honestly, I think the biggest reason, in that, but I think it's to really put Kevin Patrick over. To be honest with you,
yeah.
Like, hey, Kevin Patrick's the new voice of Monday Night Raw. It's a big deal.
Yeah, he's taking. Oh, Michael Cole must be shaking his boots right now.
No, Michael Cole. He's like the boss of the like legitimately, like he's like
he's the head of
whatever they call it, communications or whatever they call
so
it.
he must be head of he must be really high on Kevin Patrick, if anything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
because I'm sure he had the final say on who's going to call Raw.
Yeah,
maybe not the final say, but he had a lot of input.
I say, he had input, and I'm sure Triple H gave him a big old wedgie too.
Yeah.
He's like, you're gonna like Kevin Patrick, aren't you?
Yes, sir, I will. But that also must mean that he's pretty high on Wade Barrett. You know, I'm sure he had to pick his partner. So, I mean, thoughts on Wade Barrett? I would just say I'm happy that he's getting the shot. It's good to see Wade back on the main roster, and he was great in NXT. I'm kind of upset that we're not going to see him and Vic Joseph together because I thought that they were a really good pairing. I thought we were going to see Vic Joseph come up to the main roster.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to see the opposite. Kevin Patrick goes to NXT and Vic Joseph comes up because
Vic needs some work. Vic needs some work still, I think. Yeah.
Do you think so?
I think so. Not like he's bad or anything like that. I think he still needs a few more. He needs to stick with a few more seasoned veterans, not seasoned veterans in commentary, but like a Wade Barrett. Now you work
with a veteran. I don't know if he's.
I'm kind of surprised.
I'm
kind of surprised.
Let me tell you something. You get a guy like
Braun Breaker. we have to watch NXT every week so I could get this fucking impression.
I can't wait. I can't wait till he does a what's her name? The lioness chick. What the hell is her name?
Nikita Lyons.
Nikita Lyons. I can't.
God, I just realized.
She does that like pin move that she does. He's gonna be like,
shuck it, quack,
quack.
Is that the reason why they brought him in?
I don't know.
Is it just because you have like Toxic Attraction, Nikita Lyons, and he's just gonna say, shucky ducky.
I mean,
quack,
I don't know.
Quack.
I mean, he loves Queen Charmel very much. So I mean, he's not gonna ogle over these ladies, but I think he is gonna be that like color. That very color commentary. He's gonna be like, look at this guy over here. Look at this guy.
I'm sure Triple H sat him down before they announced it. He was like, listen, Booker, here's the thing. You can't say shucky ducky, quack, quack.
Quack.
Are you guys happy with this Booker T, bringing him back for commentary?
Sure, I don't watch NXT, so I'm fine with it.
I like it. I like Booker T.
Who cares?
I love Booker T on the pre-shows.
Yes, on the pre-shows.
Yeah, but I like him. I like him on comment. You didn't like him on commentary back in the day when he
started saying like very just dumb opinions. Like, what did he say that last time about Seth Rollins? Like he downplayed his indie background, or
that was who was in charge back then. I mean,
I guess so.
Vince McMahon. He's feeding him the lines.
Well, as long as we don't get podcast Booker T and we get like 2011 SmackDown Booker T.
He runs an indie promotion pretty much. Like, I mean, I think
a lot of the NXT people are from there. Roxanne Perez, a few others.
The Usos passed through the
Usos.
So like I don't think whatever he said back, like downplaying Rollins like indie run or whatever. Obviously that was, they had to do that. But I think now you'll hear more, he'll be more in tune with that stuff, hopefully anyway. But
real quick before we move on, I want to talk about the backstage interviewers. Kathy Kelly coming back, I think, is a huge plus. I'm sure that
all right.
Thinking Kathy Kelly is coming back makes me think like, I don't want to say like they went for Renee and they didn't get her, but like I feel like either having one of those two, it's a good sign just to have them back because both of them were great. But I feel like it's
Kathy
weird of them not to get Renee. You know what I mean?
Kathy was meh to me.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get Renee back at some point. I think she'll do it.
I don't think she was mid. I think
she was mid.
She was okay. Like
That's
she wasn't
mid. That's the definition of mid, bro.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
True.
She was all right. Well, I didn't want to say it like that, but I think it'll be a nice change of pace. We've been seeing
I'm actually surprised they didn't get I can't think of what his name was, but Tom Hannafin from Impact.
Oh, Tom Phillips, yeah.
Tom Phillips.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I'm kind of surprised.
He was all right to me.
I thought he
never
was
really.
good. I thought he was damn good.
No, he's good on commentary.
Right. That's what I mean. On commentary.
Oh, all right. Yeah, him and Corey were a pretty good pairing. Here's my hot take.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
And do not take this the wrong way, because I know that if I say it without warning, you will. I think they are putting Byron in a spot to be the next Mean Gene.
I know exactly what you mean.
And I think
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
I can say that.
I think you need that. And I'm completely on board with it, because he is the only guy that could do it. And WWE needs a Mean Gene desperately.
Yeah.
And Kevin Patrick couldn't do it. He's good in commentary. He can't do Mean Gene. Byron can do Mean Gene.
The only thing I worry about that is like Byron's a pretty tall fella, and you don't want the wrestler looking smaller than the interviewer.
They could always do. Have you ever seen the behind the scenes picture when they he makes them squat?
See, I think that was like I don't really mind that at all. I think that was more like a Vince thing.
Yeah,
I want the announcer to be bigger than the guy. I think.
Yuck.
Yeah, I think that was more like a.
He's tall.
Yeah,
Cut his legs off.
Yeah, you want him to get on his knees while he's like freaking interviewing somebody. I don't think that's a huge deal, and I definitely do think they need like a Mean Gene type of character back there, like who'll be his Hogan. If that's the case, what do you think?
I thought you were going to take it in the vein of, they want him to be like at Mean Gene's status, which
no, I mean like, well,
he's not going to be, but
he's not going to be at the status, but they do need. You are right. They do need like that guy in the back that's like in tune with everybody. But like, who do you think would be his like Hogan?
It's definitely Roman. He's gonna.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Let me tell you.
Can you see the segments already?
Let me tell you something, Byron. You see that microphone? That's my microphone.
See that
jacket? That's
my Byron.
That suit you're wearing right now? That's the head of the table suit.
I
provide the money for you to get that suit.
Now let me tell you something, Byron.
Oh my god.
No, he could do pretty well in that role. I think you have a lot of personalities that could clash well with him. Like Seth could do well with him. Roman could do well with him. And you can't get that with anyone else. So I'm excited for that.
And he can take bumps.
And he can take bumps. Don't forget that.
It's fun.
He's pretty good. He was pretty good back in NXT in his NXT days.
A breath of fresh air is what this is.
A fresh paint.
All the changes, I think I'm pretty excited for.
Yeah.
And it obviously everyone's gonna be like, up in arms about it, but everyone was up in arms about when they had the first kind of a big change up to the commentary, like they brought in Vic Joseph. I think they even brought in like Mace to do the commentary.
Yeah, Mace is doing commentary. Yeah,
it didn't work out.
It was who was that? It was him and Samoa Joe, right?
No, it was Jerry the King.
That's right. But didn't Samoa Joe and Mace, were they on the same?
No, Mace was there.
Sorry,
he was there for a month, and then Brock wrote him off TV.
True, yeah,
he killed him.
That's right.
But I'm excited for this. I think the backlash will kind of fade away after a little bit. I think Kevin Patrick's going to surprise some people. So keep an eye out. Keep an ear out.
Good old KP.
Oh, KP.
I'm going to call him KP for now.
He's a great guy. I think KP.
It's good old KP with Corey the King Graves.
Corey the King Graves.
All right, let's get back into these predictions to wrap up the show. We got 3 more predictions that we'll get to. And let's say we get into the I Quit match. If you believe. Edge, Finn Balor, dream match. I'll give it that. This is a match that a lot of people wanted to see, even with the whole Judgment Day story. Kind of,
Yep.
It has its ebbs and flows at this point. I won't say that it's very bad. I think I'll get to that in a second. Let me intro this match. Edge versus Finn Balor. We have a new type of vibe to Judgment Day as of late. They're more of like a, like a cool group. It's not necessarily like a supernatural type of thing. Group. It's not a spooky type of gimmick either. It's more of like, I don't want to say it's like a Bullet Club vibe, but it's a Bullet Club vibe. Like the anti.
There we go.
I get more of like a DX vibe.
No, not DX.
Oh my God.
No, not like DX in the sense where they're doing like, windshield wiper, masks and
I get more of a Los Barricos vibe. Right off the fucking TV.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's Bullet Club good. I'm saying like that's the type of characters that I'm seeing from them. Like I'm not seeing like the Ministry of Darkness. I'm not seeing like,
the oddities.
Spooky House of Black. Like I can't compare them to House of Black anymore.
Yeah, not even.
The oddities.
Where's Kurgan when you need him? God damn it.
The Union.
The story though is it's going up and down for me. I think it's slowly getting back up, but they're kind of messing up this. They're still messing up this Dom and Ray stuff. And I don't know if they could save it at this point. Like you just have Ray losing random matches. Dom's shown more of a personality though. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
that's because he's getting pegged on the reg.
Oh my God! Jeez.
We need speaking of Gorilla Monsoon, we need a button that just says, "Will you stop?
Will you stop it?" Man, they remind me of know what else they remind me of? You ever see Dodgeball? That movie Dodgeball. You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball. Ben Stiller's
the Cobras.
The Cobras, because they were that like. Yeah, that's
Globo
legit.
Gym.
That's what they remind me of. But I'm fine with it. I mean, I think they're in a like a not a cooling off period, but kind of like a they're in a I don't even want to say a lull. They're kind of like in a what do we want to be? Like you said, they're kind of turning into this like kind of like cool type of faction. So I think they're in a phase where
not cool. Lame that show.
I don't think they're lame at all. I think they're trying to figure out what they're going to be. Essentially,
getting pushed. That's the new report that he's in line for a pretty big push.
Who?
Finn.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Yeah.
J-Bone, we all know your opinions on this feud. Are you excited for the match at least? Taking the story out of the way. On paper.
Oh my God, dude. You can't you're not excited about Finn Balor and Edge?
Jesus.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
Just over it.
Like on paper, you're not excited for Edge and Finn Balor?
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like they've been feuding for so long. I know they haven't had a match, but it's just like
well, that's the point. They've been building up to this match. Like this is the match.
Not excited about this match.
Well, I will say I don't get the I quit stipulation. However, in story, I don't get it. But I do think this is going to factor into the finish of the match.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Well, it has to.
well, yeah. I think what I mean by that is it's going to result in a Finn victory.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be due to the fact that I think Beth is going to play into this somehow. And you might see like Rhea, attacking Beth or, and they force Edge to say, I quit to make her stop, maybe do something like that. But I think I know we've been saying that you need to have Judgment Day win here. Like, it does not do them any favors if they lose this match. They absolutely need to win Finn needs to win, that is. And if he's going to get a big push, I would expect him to win anyways. But I think they'll do something creative to kind of hide the fact that you're having Edge lose another match. But I think you could also factor Ray and Dom into this somehow, into the finish. I don't know how you could, but I think that's, we could see something with that. But I do think Edge will say, I quit, and we'll get Finn victory. J-Bone, go ahead.
Yeah, I got the same thing. I mean, I got Finn winning here. I mean, you got to. I mean, gee whiz, can Judgment Day get a fucking victory around here? Jeez.
If they don't win, I'll officially say it's over. I will.
You said that last one.
No. If they lose this match, I will sit here next week and I'll say it's over. There's no saving this group.
Hey, if that's worth me losing the title for.
Marco, go ahead.
No, definitely. Finn Balor's winning this. There's no way he's losing. When they announced it, it was like, oh man, automatically Edge is going to win because he's not going to say I quit. Like that was like almost like a given. But yeah, when you factor in, Beth or even Rey Mysterio, you could factor it. They could use him in some way where, they have that like kind of bond where they're like almost brothers. You could, if Beth isn't there, they could use Rey Mysterio as that kind of like.
What if Rey Mysterio turns
bargaining
heel?
chip.
That'd be exciting.
If what?
Rey turns heel.
That's Hawk booking.
Oh
Jesus.
Who's that jumping up the sky? R-E-Y.
I think they should go out and just fight them.
Yeah, what if Rey Mysterio turns heel?
It'd be fun.
What if Wardlow and FTR just go out and they just fight each other?
Don't get me started on that awful match last night at oh my god, dude.
Wait, what? Wardlow and
the Wardlow match?
Yeah, Wardlow and freaking Brian
awesome.
Cage. I didn't
You
like
didn't
it.
like that match?
No.
Wow.
No. Not a
match of the
fan.
night.
I'm surprised
Not
by
for
that.
me.
I didn't really watch a lot of AEW this week, but
So you're not that elite. You're just kind of.
I'm not elite at all.
elite?
I'm kind of elite. Kind of elite wrestling. I did check out Sammy Guevara getting the pinfall victory this
Love
week.
that. Loved all of that.
Ridiculous.
You were there backstage?
I was, and I can say right now, the TMZ reports are true.
Yeah, pal.
Andrade,
TMZ report?
Sammy, they went at it.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was there. I saw it live.
Oh well, Sammy's the future of the company, so you had to keep him on the roster.
Yeah. I mean, Tony was at his wedding. You can't fire him now. Shit.
True. They're like besties.
God, that would be awkward. What if they renew their vows? Tony's got to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't fire him now. Shit.
Yeah, guess whose wedding he wasn't at though?
Andrade.
Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
And Cody Rhodes.
And Cody Rhodes is actually at Sammy Guevara's wedding too. Yeah. That
Tough times.
How do you think that conversation went? Hey Tony, what's up? Oh, hey Cody, long time no see you. Yeah, I hear you're fucking up backstage.
How are things looking since I walked out of that company? Huh?
I'm sorry, not walking. Ran out of that company. Don't you?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm making fun.
Did you guys see that video of Cody when he was with AEW? It was like an interview he did, and he predicted what was going to happen this year with AEW.
Wow.
What did he say? I saw it. I just don't remember what he said.
He basically said this year, this upcoming meeting, beginning of 2022, or actually, when did he leave? 2021, right?
No, 2022, this year.
He showed up this year at
yeah
Mania, but when did he leave? He was gone for a few months.
February.
Okay, was it? All right, so it must have been 2021 because he had the TNT title with him.
Okay.
So he's still TNT champion. And he said he thinks this year there's going to be a lot of, well, not this year, but this upcoming year is going to be a lot of egos, a lot of back room, a lot of like stuff happening in the back, a lot of people getting hired. And it's going to be like a test of who's going to basically survival of the fittest, essentially in that locker room. That's what he predicted. And he was goddamn right. He's right on the money.
I think CM Punk pushed Cody out. He's like, I don't want to work with this pal.
Yeah, that's yep, yeah.
Like Mussolini.
But I mean, obviously we're not the flagship, but I did like Moxie Mox throwing out that jab at Hangman. That was pretty funny.
You got a lot of people in the back that are saying things.
They keep your mouth shut.
If you're listening to the audio, I'm doing the Moxley shoulders.
The zombie walk.
The Moxley. You got to loosen up before you start saying something.
If I was running AEW, just fire Sammy.
Yeah,
right on the spot.
If I was running AEW, I'd hire a shoulder massage guy for Moxley.
Yeah, yeah. He seems like he has a lot of lot of tenseness in his. Yeah, he said.
The second he comes out, he's rolling those shoulders, even in the middle of the match, rolling the shoulders.
Yeah, he's like,
"Come on, man, let's do some stretches before the match."
I have the quote right here. He's like, a lot of other kids around here, you say stupid shit, and your mouth gets you in trouble.
You need to read that again with more shoulder rolls, Marco.
Yeah,
I didn't know what you. You got a lot of cool cats and kittens around here saying a lot of dumb stuff.
Basically, he was like, "Don't try to take any liberties with me in a promo." That's what he's pretty much saying. Don't even do it, because
those liberties you're taking, those are my liberties.
Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me.
All right, what's the next match here?
All right, let's move on. Oh, Marco, you didn't give your pick. Or did you?
No, yeah, you did. Finn.
No, I did.
Okay,
Finn,
so we're Finn all across the board then.
Ford Baller is going to win.
Ford Baller.
Ford
Move on to another women's match here, and this is for the Raw Women's Championship. Bayley versus Bianca for the in a ladder match. Of course, ladder match. We haven't. When was the last time we saw a ladder match in WWE?
Man,
just a title for the title
ladder match.
Oh, it's been a minute.
One-on-one. I can't think of it. Alas, we are seeing it this weekend, Saturday. Let us start with. You know what? I'll start this one.
About time. Jeez.
Yeah, look, I like to pass around the torch a little bit.
You just like to take our answers.
I do like to take your answers, but I like to twist them and make them my own. Get that part right. At any rate, I'm going to give it to Bayley. I'm giving it to Bayley. And new champion. I'm giving it to Bayley this time around. You can't not have Damage Control all be champs. It's weird not having Bayley as the champion, or not having her as champion, having Io and Dakota as champs. I think you need to complete the trilogy. And how long is Bianca going to hold on to that title, really? Like, she won it at Mania. She had a really good run with the title. She's had some really good matches with the rematches with Becky and the other matches that she had. I think it's time that she loses the belt and she can win it back. She can win it back by Mania. I mean, I still think they're going to do Bianca versus Charlotte at Mania. She can win the title back at maybe Royal Rumble or an Elimination Chamber, and we can still do that match. But I think you need to really go all in on this Damage Control group. And that's why I would give it to Bayley. And Bianca doesn't get pinned.
Cool.
So, there you go.
Cool. I'll go next. I agree. Bayley.
Oh,
I think
not expecting an agreement there.
I think it's time to take the title off, like you said, and basically just kind of echoing your sentiments. I really think it's not going to hurt Bianca. And there was a thought I had, but I think Bayley will. I think she'll hold it for a good little while too. Dang it, there was something else I wanted to mention about it though. Anyways, I can't. Maybe it'll come to me. But Bayley will win this, and I think it'll just be the start of a dominant reign for her.
Good pick, Marco.
Going Bianca. I think she retains.
Whoa.
I don't think it's time yet for Bailey to win.
Well,
All right.
it's been very well having you as RAWDOWN champion.
I think it's too obvious.
So,
I-
Marco,
I-
in that case, like since you picked Bianca, would a Bailey loss hurt her?
No,
No.
because it's the same reasoning. Why wouldn't it hurt Bianca? It's a ladder match. She's not getting pinned.
I guess so.
But I disagree. It will because she's got damage control in her corner.
Well, you have Bianca with Asuka,
Yeah, but they're not
Alexa.
a real team. They're not a real.
No,
team.
they're gonna come out though. They're gonna it's gonna be a big
team.
brawl. It's gonna be a whole thing. And she's
I hope
gonna retain.
Asuka and Alexa
That's what I
turn
think.
on Bianca, so I never have to see them fucking
That's
team
not
up
gonna
again.
happen.
I gotta watch Asuka dance to
sh-
Bianca's
I-
theme. Jesus.
I can almost see. I can almost see the finish. Damage control comes out. It looks like Bailey's gonna win. Then Alexa and Asuka come out. They keep those girls at bay, and then freaking Bianca reaches up. And I don't think any titles are changing hands. Essentially.
Oh,
NXT
that's what
rules match.
I'm glad you brought that up. It's been 2 months. That's what I wanted to bring up. 2 months, 2 pay-per-views, and we have no title changes.
Yeah, I think it's gonna
the biggest
continue.
reason. Nope.
That's
This is
right.
the only title change. Boom.
That's a good point.
Yep.
Damn. And I really shouldn't have picked Rhonda.
You guys are
in that
forgetting.
match. Fuck
You
it.
guys are forgetting Crown Jewel, man. Crown Jewel.
You mean house show WrestleMania?
Well, it's like a WrestleMania. I mean,
It's a house show.
Titles have
of
changed
WrestleMania.
hands at Crown Jewel.
It's-
Titles have changed hands, but what title is going to change hands at
We don't. I mean, whatever the
Logan Paul is going to become
Logan Paul?
AEW and Universal Champion. He's going to be champion of the world.
I
of
would
the
do it.
universe,
a lot of
the
people
galaxy.
think that's going to happen. That he's going to win at Crown Jewel,
Hey.
which is going to be
He's going to become the Saudi Arabia world champion.
yeah.
The greatest Royal Rumble champion. Braun's back to defend that belt. All right, so we got Bianca for Marco, and both of us have Bailey.
Yep.
And there's no bonus questions for that, is there? I don't think there can be.
How many rungs on the ladder?
How many ladders will be in the
Who
match?
touches the title first?
Oh, you could do that.
You could do that.
Nah,
All right, let's do it. Fuck it.
all right, fine.
All right.
I'll say Bailey.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we can't all pick Bailey.
Yeah.
Actually, we could all pick Bailey.
all right. Well, then throw the question out.
Yeah, we'll
All
see.
right,
Yeah.
fuck it. All right, let's move on to the main event, or I would assume this is the main event, but who knows? Matt Riddle, Seth Rollins,
In the
Daniel
armpit
Cormier
match.
as the referee. Fight pit.
Lafayette, Louisiana's own Daniel Cormier.
This match is a long time in the making. One of the better feuds of the year. Where would you rank this feud in 2022?
Oh, like in all professional wrestling or just WWE?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, all.
I don't think it makes the top 10.
I think it barely makes the top 10.
Yeah, top 20.
Top 20, yeah.
I would say like it's a good feud. It's just like
I'd put the Riddle Roman feud over this, to be honest with you, and the Seth Cody feud for sure.
oh yeah, no, true.
Yeah.
I think there have been moments in this feud that like bring it up a little bit, like the cursing, obviously, and all that. But
Yeah.
and also like the stuff they were doing on like social media, like recording the parking lot brawls, and they were fighting like off the
They did
show.
some fun
and
stuff for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's been a creative feud, which makes me want to put it at like number 11 or 10, but around 15, I would say top 15.
Roman Drew, just thinking Roman Drew is probably better.
Yeah.
Roman Brock.
And I don't even
Roman
know where
Brock.
you would put an AEW up there.
Oh, I mean, that's easy. We can
Punk
see
MJF.
Punk in the Bucks.
Well, Punk MJF. I
No,
forget
Punk in the Bucks, dude. That's the
Bucks.
number one.
Ace
feud.
Steel and
Punk
Kenny
in the
Omega.
Bucks.
Yeah, a few others. It's something to think about.
Hawk would say Brian Cage and Wardlow all day.
Wardlow and the Wardlow and security.
I'm Brian Cage. I'll tell you what, I want to get my beard.
I'm surprised
cut
he wasn't
like him.
praising that match this week.
I
They only
like I
got a
said,
little-
I didn't think it was that. I mean, Yeah. I think it was just.
I watched the match, and a matter of fact, I fell asleep in the middle of it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're right, Jay.
Hawk wants to get on there and just be a fucking anti AEW brother. You know,
he's trying to. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get on the RAWDOWN, dude. He wants to be on this show. That's what I think. That's his.
We don't want RAWDOWN. I got to deal with him more than once a week already.
I think he's trying.
I know he can try once. He's not.
Oh my gosh!
Let's get to
some predicting here. We'll start with Marco on this one to close us off. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Riddle. It's his element. It's technically the second match that they've had 1-on-1. I mean, they could go, Seth Rollins beats him at his own game, that type of thing. But I think Riddle comes out with the victory, and then they have a rubber match, maybe at Survivor Series or something.
All right, J-Bone, go ahead.
I don't think that they're gonna have a rubber match. I think this is it. We're done right here. I mean, it's a fight pit. What else are you gonna go to next? The armpit match?
Yeah,
sure. Good call.
You go to Dead. What is it called? Dead Boys Fitness at whatever fitness company that Seth Rollins. You fight there.
Black and Brave.
Black and Brave Fit. Yeah, you fight at that place.
The Black and Brave Den.
Put him in a CrossFit match. I don't know what it is. Put him in.
Whoever competes and finishes Murphy first wins. I'm gonna go Riddle on this one.
All right. I'm also going to go with Riddle. But that also is because I don't know how much this factors into the match. And this also might be a hot take, so I'll throw it out there.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
My other bold prediction is that Seth is winning the U.S. title on Raw on Monday. I mean, why not? But that also makes me think that there might be another match between Riddle and Seth for the title. But I don't really think you need it. I'm still going to go with Riddle. I don't really know how Cormier is going to factor into this.
I like it. I floated the idea.
No, I do too.
But I think
it'll exactly be. I think Triple H is showing him WrestleMania 13 right now. Showing him like exactly what you need to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll be.
Do you give up?
I think it'll be a good. How do you win the fight pit match again? Is it just submission or knockout?
You climb out of the fight pit. I think it's just like a knockout situation.
All right,
knock out your opponent or you submit them.
Yeah,
it's kind of like UFC rules basically.
Yeah.
They've had Riddle lose for too long.
You can't.
I think this leads to one last question that we have to ask as a bonus question, and deals with certain rabbit, the white rabbit, the bunny. Adam Rose is coming back this Saturday now. Bray Wyatt, do we think that he's coming back this Saturday? Do we think we are going to see a Bray Wyatt appearance?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go no.
I'll spice it up and I'll say yes. I think we will see Bray this weekend.
Like physically there, or just like a video?
Yeah.
Well, let's clarify that. Does he have to be physically there?
I don't think he'll be physically there if they do.
I think he's got to be physically there.
I think it would.
Or no, actually no. Okay, no.
It'll be a video.
Revealed. He's got to be revealed as the White Rabbit.
I think it would be shitty of WWE not for him to be physically there,
right,
on the pay-per-view. I mean, let's also think of it like that. Like, you're buying a ticket. A lot of people might actually think Bray's come there, and you get a video of him. Like,
I think
he will be in the building in person this Saturday.
Did they give the last thing give the coordinates of Extreme Rules?
There was a teaser for Extreme Rules on Monday. Yes. I forget how exactly they did it.
Yeah.
They had Paul Heyman come out and read a riddle. Good day, sir. I just got a message from the White Rabbit, and he said that he will be at the corner of Swanson and Brittle. Rittner, I'm sorry.
The only thing that I'm confused on this White Rabbit thing is, do you think they have to like address it on TV first before they actually go forward with the reveal, or is it just going to be through social media and the QR code?
Yeah, because they haven't addressed it at all. Like,
Right.
they don't even mention it.
So it's something to think about. But I like bold predictions. I'm going to say Bray's going to be there.
You like to lose is what you want. I like to do.
I love to lose. Makes these shows fun. Is me losing.
I agree.
Yeah. You know. We don't have to do a who won the week, do we? I mean, we don't need to do that.
No. We'll skip that one.
Yeah. We'll do a match of the week next week. You know, whatever the best match of Extreme Rules was.
we could do one more bonus question, which is
okay. Go ahead.
What's going to be the main event?
Ooh.
Oh yes, yeah, good point.
I'm going Fight Pit.
Marco, go ahead.
Dang, that's hard now. Just in case, man, if they do the Bray Wyatt thing, that would be the main event. Oh, it's tough.
And then what match would it factor into? You know?
Yeah.
Because what do they do? Drew versus Karrion as the main event?
Oh God, no! It's either gonna be the ladder match or the pit match, the pit fight match. I think. Dang, I'm gonna go with the ladder match. I'll go with the ladder match as the main event because I feel like they could open with the pit fight.
No, they could.
No, they could.
I'm stuck between the Fight Pit and honestly the Extreme Rules match because there's the slightest thought in my mind that Charlotte's coming back this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, there is they did tweet something out where Bianca, Liv, and Charlotte are going to be at some like signing thing or some like appearance or some shit like that. So,
and also didn't Andrade say like, you know, Charlotte's been away for a while and she'll reveal why soon?
He
got fired this week.
Yeah, he has no say at all. He's jobless.
Yeah.
Now Charlotte has to come back and pay the bills because he has no job. Let Mama go to work.
Yeah.
Mama has to go back to work now.
Yeah. For another bold prediction, he's going to have to live off of Ric Flair retirement match money.
Oh, jeez.
I'll give it to Rhonda and Liv as the main event.
Cool.
Okay. Wow, all three different ones. Wow.
That's also why I said that, just so we all have something different.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we got a good amount
I
of
like this.
Yeah. We're definitely going to have
differential,
a clear winner. We might not even need to do the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
But
we'll do it just in case. But
yeah, we'll do it just in case. The tiebreaker, for anyone who doesn't know, is just from bell time to bell time, like bell to bell. How much time is in between?
The first bell to the last.
Yeah.
I don't think they're adding any more matches, right? I think that's pretty much it for the card.
Nah, I think they'll keep it at 6, unless they do something with Braun and
or Sammy.
That's all I can think of.
I mean, they did. I mean, Clash at the Castle. That was 6 matches too.
Yeah,
and that was
and everything got a half hour. It was paced well.
Yeah, it seems like they do more, match based, type of stuff. So I mean, yeah,
they could do something with Sammy, but why rush that?
Yeah,
yeah. No, they won't do anything with Sammy this weekend. Sammy Guevara might make an appearance.
Oh yeah, definitely. His theme music is actually pretty good.
He's gonna come out during one of the commercial breaks with the poster boards with the with the text on
it. What is it? Vlog. Watch my vlog. Kind of like Pillman did back in the day.
Dude, how mad? Oh man, how mad are you that how mad is it? Like, Kenny Omega, the Bucks, CM Punk say they just tune in. They're hearing all this news about Andrade and Sammy. And they just, let me throw on Dynamite and see what's going on. Main event. Fucking Sammy Guevara's there.
I wonder how that's going to change things up. Because funny. This throws in a pretty big wrench. Especially if you're thinking about Omega and the Bucks. They were the ones who started the company and they're suspended right now. And here's Sammy getting in multiple fights this year alone.
Well,
and like he's main eventing the show, like
and winning.
And they're saying like, okay, yeah, he didn't fight back or whatever. He didn't. The Bucks didn't either. Like according to the reports, Punk threw the punch, and then all hell broke loose. Like they did nothing, and you even had people trying to break up the fight that got suspended.
Yeah.
They were trying to help, like calm peace out. How are you? I don't know. That's a whole different tangent.
Yeah, that's for another day.
Like I said, you gotta be mad. I think CM Punk and all those dudes are sitting at home like, what the fuck, dude? This guy just gone to a fight with Eddie Kingston and Andrade, and he main evented and
Sammy must got some dirt.
Oh man, yeah, he's
got some dessert on TK.
He's got some dessert with TK at his wedding. That's why.
Ooh, but what if something happened at the wedding that he's getting over his head?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was in the middle of that when he was dancing in that video.
Oh, they do that 360 camera.
Yeah, the 360 cam. That saved his career right there. That 360 cam.
Jesus,
man.
Tony's like, I had so much fun. I'm never firing you. Thank you for the 360 cam. Whoa! Thank you.
Hug.
Hug. Must hug now. Hugging. Okay. Next. Book Dynamite. Sammy wins. Now say, woo!
Oh my God, this guy. Bandito.
Well, make sure you watch Dynamite this Wednesday and also Rampage this Friday night, right after SmackDown.
And then watch Battle of the Belts, even though no titles are going to change hands at Battle of the Belts 9 days from tonight.
Fucking go.
All right. I think it's finally time.
Hey,
yo.
It's time to end the show. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another edition of the RAWDOWN. Marco, you just dropped another episode of the Chick Foley show.
Yes, I did. Well, yes, we did.
On?
Just me by myself. I did the whole Chick Foley show.
Just you.
All alone.
I
did all the voices. Did you hear my impressions? I did the Fig God pretty good. Did you hear that impression? Sheena.
Oh God.
Yeah. That's actually really good.
Oh God.
Yeah, definitely listen to this past episode. We obviously we don't edit. We don't. Everything's whatever you're hearing, and that's what's happening. And there's a part in the middle that's pretty hilarious. Where it involves Seth and him kind of farming himself. Essentially, we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, so definitely listen to that. It's up everywhere, all the streaming platforms. For me, got some shows coming up. I got I want to say 3, possibly 4 shows for the open mic.
Nice.
We got Nick, better known as Extra Cooler, coming up.
You see.
We have Over the Moonsault.
She's awesome.
Yep, I have her coming up. And a few. One of them is not confirmed. Another one is confirmed, but I'm going to keep that at a later date. But yeah, again, pretty much the rest of the almost a year is booked out. I'm booked and busy, as I like to say. But yeah, look out for some new episodes of open mic. Other than that, chickfoley.com. Sign up for the Facebook group. We have it's already, you can't enter now, but we have our picks league that's going on right now. Make sure if you are a Chick Foley listener, you get those picks in to fill. Hopefully, I'm always a last minute guy, so don't listen to me. But yeah, definitely sign up. I mean, tons of figures coming out right now. Definitely could use the extra set of eyes and hands and feet to go get you those new figures that are popping up. By the way, the new Sammy's popping up in Target. So the Target exclusive Sammy Guevara figure.
I'll make sure put it in the trash can where it belongs.
Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, if you're looking for that, I mean, that is scarce. So definitely join the group, and someone will find it for you. But other than that, check me out, MVP Marco on IG. Check out Sheena on Chick Foley on IG. You can check me running the Twitter machine at Chick Foley Show. And that is it.
Stone Cold Steve Austin has a question. What you got, pal?
What question do you want to ask? What?
What?
What's the question?
That's a question. I don't know.
What?
I have a question.
Hey, Stone Cold.
What?
Is your question? In the meantime, while we wait
What?
for J-Bone, what do you have going on at Coming Down the Aisle? You got a big episode coming up.
Coming down the aisle, pod.com. This week we are going on episode 99. And originally, the original plan was, well, she's still on. My wife's going to be on this week. And, she's not a wrestling fan. But we're going to watch No Holds Barred, but it's just going to be too kind of difficult to fit into the episode. So we went a little different route. Macho Man Randy Savage versus the Ultimate Warrior from WrestleMania 7, a match she's never seen, of course, and explain the ins and outs of why this is an awesome match. And she liked it. A little spoiler, I guess.
Huh.
So it's fun.
Meh.
She drank some wine and drank a beer, and we, we watched some wrestling. But this past weekend I dropped the list with Miles, the top 10 1997 matches. Make sure you check that out. Coming up next week, episode 100. 100 straight weeks of hearing this beautiful voice coming down. I got Sam Roberts, not Sam Wrestling, on
Nice.
next week. And also next week I'll be dropping another list. Since it's spooky season, like Seth likes to call it, we're going to be doing the top 10 matches of the judge, jury, and executioner, The Undertaker. All Elite Scooby-Doo. I'm going to have to dig those up and put those in the episode.
The time is drawing near.
You have to put all the sound drops from that episode. That's awesome. Granny, I hear that you're turning 90 years old. That's awesome.
All Elite Scooby-Doo. I hear you got a T-ball game. You got a T-ball game coming up.
Alan Jones.
Yo.
Michelle McCool can do the Faith Breaker better than you.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, Mark. Don't be a mark for yourself, Mark.
All right. And you can get all of your independent epicenter content coming your way. Invictus has a new show coming up next week. It is United We Fight 2 as they collaborate with Test of Strength Wrestling. They're based in Connecticut, but they're coming to New Jersey. They're coming in our home field advantage. You have Mucho Chris Moljo defending his social media championship against Big Trouble Ben Bishop, his former tag team partner turned enemy. This is one of the biggest matches in Invictus Pro Wrestling history. Go ahead and check it out this Saturday. Is it Saturday or Sunday? Fuck.
Anthony.
The 16th. You'd think I fucking know. It's next weekend. I think it's Sunday. Right next Sunday is the 16th? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's Sunday.
Yeah. Yep. You're right.
Hopefully. And then you can follow me at Indie Epicenter. I don't really post there, but you could just follow me if you want to support. And I don't really have much going on right now besides RAWDOWN. This is really the only thing I'm doing right now outside of Indie Epicenter. So you're getting all the effort put into the RAWDOWN for me. But who knows? Maybe we'll
also make sure you check me out on Long Balls too.
Yes, check out the Long Balls.
Yes. Right
You had Seth and Jordan on this week.
Yeah, they might become a semi-regular occurrence. So if you like the 4-man show there,
better off than hearing Hawk 50% of the episode. Maybe we only hear him 25% of the episode.
Yeah, it really is. It's a breath of fresh air. I tell you what,
Well, with that being said, it's time to wrap up tonight's episode of the RAWDOWN. If you like what you heard, I know that you did. Make sure that you support the Turnbuckle Tavern by going over to theturnbuckletavern.com, where you can listen to our podcast on Apple and Spotify, watch our vids, subscribe, like, comment, do all that you need to do. Follow all of our socials and join our Discord. It's a great place to meet some other wrestling fans, and we do watch-alongs every now and then, so watch along with us in the Discord. Buy our merch, prowrestlingtees.com/tavern. You can get all of your specific Turnbuckle Tavern shirts, merch. Everyone's got a shirt here. And more coming on the way, so always keep an eye out on that prowrestlingtees.com/tavern link. Bookmark it in your browser to make sure that you check it at least once a week, maybe once a day. You never know when we'll drop another shirt. Teespring, you can get on turnbuckletavern.com, is where you can get your RAWDOWN merch. If you want the logo on a shirt, if you want to be the RAWDOWN champion, you can get that on a shirt. They have a bunch of stickers too that you could stick on your laptop or your thermos or your TV or your wall or your door, or stick it on your forehead. Do whatever you want to do to stick those stickers anywhere you want to stick them. And finally, call the tavern. 304-404-2004 is the number to call to hear your message played on the flagship show. Call the tavern and leave us a god dang voicemail, because we want to hear what you have to say about the RAWDOWN. Let us know that J-Bone has all the bad opinions. Let us know that Marco should not be champion.
Whoa, hey.
And let me know that I'm the best member of the Turnbuckle Tavern, and I will tip you nothing. But I'd like to hear it. 304-404-2004 is the number to call. That's 304-404-2004. Thank you for joining us on yet another edition of the RAWDOWN. We have our predictions set in stone. Can't change them now.
Oh, wait, can I change one?
What was that, J-Bone?
Can I change one?
No, you cannot change them now.
But can I do it?
No, you cannot change them now.
I'm gonna do it.
Life sucks, and then you die.
That's what I have to say about that. And that's where
You should just end the episode with that. That's a missed opportunity, pal.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, take care, spike your hair, and woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it.
Life sucks, and then you die.